start in a nice, comfortable, seated position, sitting nice and tall. Just closing down the eyes. And just really relax and soften on inwards. And just really relaxing into the shoulders. Soften into the jaw. And then come to notice the breath. Taking nice inhales through the nose. And easy exhales through the nose. Making sure you can keep this nice soft breath throughout the practice. You can keep the eyes closed or blink them open, it's completely up to you. We'll take a big inhale, float the arms up. And as you exhale, soften and drop them. 2 more like that. Take a big inhale, reach high. And as you exhale down. 1 last time, big inhale, reach all the way up. And as you exhale down. Soften your left hand to the outside of your left hip. We'll sweep your right arm up and over. Maybe rolling forwards and backwards. If you like, you can always drop down to your left forearm if you've got space. And take a big inhale, lift all the way up. And as you exhale, tip it to the other side. Again, creating any movement that serves you. And then slowly lift all the way up. Reach the arms out in front of you and just soften the head and the neck. Soften into the elbows a little bit more. Tuning into the breath. Slowly lifting all the way up. Creep the fingertips behind you. Send the chest forward. You can stay here if you like. We'll lift the hips up. You can always drop the head back behind you. Or you can just keep it up, whatever feels good. And then slowly release. Take your time. We'll meet on all fours. Tabletop position. Coming through whatever spinal movement that feels good for you. So whether that's your cat-cow, you can go round and round in circles, maybe side to side. Maybe you prefer to go through your high and your low back bends. Maybe using this time to warm up into the wrists as well. Staying here as long as you need to, and whenever you're ready, we'll slowly meet in a downward facing dog. Take your time. Once you arrive here, just maybe wiggle around, pedal out through the leg. Maybe lift the leg up at a time. Or if you prefer, you can just stay still. And then gradually find some stillness here. Spreading through the fingertips, grounding through the inner palm. We'll take a big inhale, lift your heels nice and high. And as you exhale, soften them back down. 2 more like that. Big inhale, pick the heels high. Exhale down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift them nice and high. And as you exhale, soften them down. Downward dog. Inhale, look at the front of you. Easy walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Press down the feet big and I picture you all the way up. Reach the arms up. And as you exhale, gently side bend towards the right. Maybe again rolling forwards and backwards. Inhale lifts you up through center. And as you exhale, tip it to the other side. Maybe again relaxing a little bit more into the neck. Inhale lifts you all the way up. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Maybe interlace your fingers behind you. You can always pedal out through the legs again. And then releasing the hands either to the shins or to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Lean towards your right foot or slide your left foot behind you. Find a nice wide base, then press down the feet big and I'll pick you all the way up for your high lunge. Reach nice and high. And as you exhale, soften down. 2 more like that. So big inhale, stretch all the way up. And as you exhale down. 1 more like that. Big inhale, press all the way up. And as you exhale, soften down. Slowly release your left hand to the mat. Lean left, slide your right foot back, plank pose. And does it feel good? You can always lower the knees to the mat. And again, maybe creating a bit of movement here so you stay nice and soft. You release the tension. Pedal out through the legs. Breathing big and full. Keep leaning towards that right hand with side plank onto the right. Take whatever variation feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good, you can lower the right rather towards the ground. Breathe. Slowly roll your left hand down and then we'll take it to the other side. Stay nice and soft again. Release the tension. And then coming back for your plank pose. And then we'll lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, look at the front of you. Easy walk to the top of the mat. Folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Lean towards that left foot, and then you can slide your right foot behind you. Find a nice wide base, press down the feet big, and that pushes you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, soften down. 2 more like that, big inhale, press all the way up. Exhale down. 1 more like that, big inhale, lift. And as you exhale, sink. Release your right hand to the mat. Lean right, and then slide back for your plank pose. Second time round, might look a little different. Might feel a little bit stronger this time. Doesn't still feel good, you can always keep the knees to the mat. This time round, lean towards your left hand, side plank on towards the left. Again, maybe keeping the knees bent. Roll it through center, and then we'll take it towards the right side. And then coming back to your plank pose, and then lifting up and back, downward facing dog. Rounding through the hands, gripping with your fingertips. We'll take a big inhale, roll all the way out, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, ripple forwards. And as you exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. 1 last time. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the front of you. Easy walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Scoot your feet nice and wide, pivot the toes out, sink all the way down. So maybe you just want to wiggle side to side, open up into the hips, just nice and gentle. And then we'll release the fingertips behind you, carefully bring the seat to the ground. We'll come for boat pose. So take whatever variation feels good for you. Keep the heels down, lift, sit nice and tall. Taking a few boat rides. So take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the feet to the ground, hands behind you, send the chest forward. You can stay here if you like, lift the hips up, maybe again sway. You can always drop the head behind you if you prefer. And then slowly lower the seat to the ground. Take your time, we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. So feel free to flow through, or you can just step back. Your practice. Do whatever your body craves. Inhale, float your right leg up. And as you exhale, roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. Inhale, lift high to your left toes. You can stay here if you like. We'll flip the dog. The right foot goes behind you. Spin to the pinky side of that left foot. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Slowly step your right foot forwards. Take your time. Find your base, and then we'll rise all the way up for your high lunge. Take a big inhale, stretch nice and high. And as you exhale, sink down. 2 more like that. Big inhale, press up. Exhale down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Spin the back foot down. We'll lift for warrior 2. Just wiggle yourself. And a nice long stance. Press down the feet big, and I'll lift you all the way up. And as you exhale down, 2 more times. Big inhale, lift your hips, lift your arm. And as you exhale, sink in. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. We'll tip and reverse our warrior. Left hand down the back leg. Inhale carries you all the way up. Keep reaching forwards. Reach. Slide your back leg forwards. We'll float it up half moon. Rolling your whole body open towards the left. Press down on that right foot. Inhale, lifts you all the way up. Tuck your left knee in. And as you exhale, tree pose. So whatever variation feels good for you. And then whatever feels good with the hands. So high, low, just make sure it's not on top of the knee. Inhale rolls you through center, and as you exhale, take it back, warrior 3. So whatever variation of a warrior 3 feels good for you. You can always tap your fingertips to the ground. Press down that right foot. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Tuck your left knee in. And as you exhale, coming back for that warrior 3. Using the core 1 last time. Inhale, lift. Tuck your left knee in. Stay nice and soft. And as you exhale, take it back, warrior 3. Keep bending into your right leg. So you step and spin your back foot behind you. We'll come back to your warrior 2. Press down the feet big and lift you all the way up. And as you exhale down, releasing the hands to the mat. Lean left, slide back, plank pose. Again, does it feel good? You can always lower the knees to the mat. Shift forward, squeeze the elbows in, lower halfway down. Now untuck the toes, inhale, find your back bend. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the front of you, easy walk to the top of the mat, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Press down the feet big, and now lift you all the way up, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, scoot your feet nice and wide, pivot the toes out, so we'll lower the seat down. Again, maybe wiggle side to side. So you can stay here, maybe you want to come for crow, it's completely up to you. You can just hang, just whatever feels good, whatever you prefer. When you're ready, we'll release the fingertips behind you, coming back to your boat pose. Second time around, so it might look a little bit different. Just keep engaging the core. So take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One feet finds the ground. Again, maybe send the chest forward. If you like, we'll lift the hips, reverse tabletop. Wiggling around. And then slowly lower the seat to the mat. Take your time, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So flow through or just simply step back, adding in whatever you feel you need. Inhale, float your left leg up. And as you exhale, roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. Inhale, lift high into your right toes. You can stay here. If you like, flip the dog. Left foot goes behind you. Spin to the right side, the outside of that right foot. And then lift the heart, lift the chest. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Take your time. Slowly step your left foot forwards. Or land for high lunge. I think that's one thing. Find that nice wide base. Press down the feet big. Inhale, picture you all the way up. And as you exhale, soften down. Two more like that. Big. Inhale, press up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale all the way down. Spin the back foot down. We'll open ourselves up for warrior two. Press down the feet big. Inhale, picture arms lifted. And as you exhale, sink in. Two more times. Big. Inhale. Easy. Exhale. One more time. Big. Inhale. Float up. Exhale down. We'll take a reverse our warrior. Right hand down the back leg. Maybe left arm sweeps up. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Use your core. Reach your fingertips forwards. Lean forward. Slide your back leg up. We'll open ourselves up towards the right half moon. Keep everything soft if you prefer. It's completely up to you. Press down on that left foot. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Tuck your right knee in. Exhale, tree pose. So, whatever feels good. And then you can do whatever you want with your arms. Inhale, run your knee through center. Stay nice and soft. Exhale, take it back, warrior three. Press down the foot. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Tuck your knee in. And as you exhale, take it back, warrior three. One more time. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale for your warrior three. Keep bending into your left legs. And then slowly step your right foot back behind you. Press down the feet big, and that presses you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. Lean right, slide back, plank pose. Again, does it feel good? You can always lower the knees to the mat. Shift forward, squeeze the elbows in, lower halfway down. Untuck the toes, inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can stay here if you want to come for a child's pose. Up to you. If you're ready to move on, we'll take a big inhale, float your right leg up. And as you exhale, right knee to the right tricep. Inhale, release for your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, crunch it in. One more time like that. Inhale, release. And as you exhale, crunch. Inhale, release for your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, slide your right foot forward. Press down the feet big. And I'll put you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, twist towards the right, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale, carries you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, twist. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Sliding your right hand down your back leg, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, lift you all the way up for your high lunge. Reach your left fingertips forward. Keep reach. Or float your back leg up, twisted half moon. Again, maybe keep that front knee bent. You can always just relax that right arm. Don't use more than what you need to. Press down on that right foot. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Tuck your left knee in. And as you exhale, catch your left knee with your right hand and we'll twist towards the left. You can always extend your left arm behind you, maybe extend into your left leg. It's completely up to you. Inhale, rolls you through center. Exhale, come back to your twisted half knee. So left fingertips finds the ground. Keep softening into your right leg. Slowly lower your left foot behind you. Press down the feet big, and I'll lift you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, twist towards the right, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale, sweep you all the way up. And as you exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, lift. And as you exhale, twist. Inhale, lift you all the way up. And as you exhale, hands find the ground. Take your time, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Two more like that. Inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. One more time. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg up. And as you exhale, left knee taps towards your left arm. Inhale, release for your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, crunch it in. One more time, inhale, release. And as you exhale, crunch. Inhale, release for your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, slide your left foot forward. Find your base, then rise all the way up for your high lunge. Take a big inhale, lift all the way up. And as you exhale, twist towards the left, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale carries you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Slide your left hand down the back leg, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, lifts you all the way up for your high lunge. Reach your right fingertips forwards. Reach, reach, reach. And then slowly slide your back leg up, twist it properly. Again, maybe reaching the left arm up. You can just relax it. You need to. Press down that left foot. Inhale, lift you all the way up, tuck your knee in. And as you exhale, catch your right knee with your left hand and we'll add a twist. Don't feel like you have to extend your arm behind you. You can always keep it to the hip. If you like, you can always extend it. It's completely up to you. So inhale, lifts you up through center. And as you exhale, coming back for your twisted half knee. So right fingertips finds the ground. Nice and easy. Maybe you want to add in a few rolls here. Keep bending into your left leg. Slowly step your right foot behind you. Press down the feet big, and that presses you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, twist towards the left, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale, scoop you all the way up. And as you exhale, twist. One more like that. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, lift you up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, releasing the hands to the mat. Take your time, downward facing dog. Again, staying here. If you want to come for a child's pose, you're more than welcome to. Again, staying here as long as you need to. Whenever you're ready, take your time. We'll be back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose, and as you exhale, side plank onto that right hand. So maybe you want to keep the left fingertips to the ground this time, completely up to you. Maybe stagger the feet, lower the bottom leg down. Slowly roll it through center, and then we'll take it to the other side. And again, always think about dropping what you don't need, dropping all the tension. Soften the right hand to the mat. And then gently lower yourself all the way to the ground, belly touches the mat. Point 10 toes, and then come to interlace your fingers behind you. You can Like you can lift it up. Slowly release. From the seat to the heels. Child's pose. When you're ready to, we'll meet back on hands and knees this time. Tabletop. Any spinal movement that serves you. So again, whether that's your cat-cow, round and round, side to side, low or high back bend. And then eventually we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. Inhale, lift high onto your left toes. You can stay here. If you like, again, we'll flip the dog. Right foot goes behind you. Spin to the pinky side of that left foot. So really ground that left foot down. Shifting the gaze out in front of you. Slowly step your right foot forwards. This time round, spin the back foot down. We'll meet in a warrior two. Press down the feet big and I'll lift you all the way up. And as you exhale, sink in. Two more like that. Big inhale, press all the way up. And as you exhale down, one more time. Big inhale, lift all the way up. And as you exhale down, we'll tip and reverse your warrior. Left hand down the back leg. This time around, keep extending your front leg. We'll lift all the way up. You might want to scooch that back foot in a little bit more. It's completely up to you. Hinge forward, reach forwards. Triangle pose. Right hand down your right leg. Maybe left arm reaches up. You can always stretch it over the head. Really up to you. Releasing your left hand to the ground. We'll pick that left heel up and then spin it down a little bit more. And then we'll twist ourselves towards the right. So twisted triangle. You can always keep that back heel lifted if you prefer. Maybe right hand catches your lower back. Releasing the hand to the mat. Sweep your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, release, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, release. And as you exhale, knee to nose. Slowly release your right foot forward. Spin the back foot down. This time we'll lift up for warrior one. Take a big inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Inhale, send the chest forward. And as you exhale, tip all the way down. If you prefer, you can keep that left heel lifted. It's completely up to you. Releasing the hands to the mat, we'll slowly step it back, downward facing dog. Again, if you prefer, you can always move through whatever movement's in between. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. Inhale, lift high to your right toes. You can stay here. If you like, we'll flip the dog. Left foot goes behind you. Shift the gaze out in front of you. Slowly step your left foot forwards. We'll spin the back foot down, warrior two. Press down the feet big, inhale, scoot you all the way up. And as you exhale, sink down. Two more like that, big inhale, press you all the way up. And as you exhale down. One more time, big inhale lift. Exhale down. Tip and reverse your warrior, right hand down the back leg. Keep reaching back and extend into your front leg. Lift all the way up, maybe scooch that back foot in a little bit more. So hinge forward, keep a softness in that front leg. And then we'll find our triangle pose. Does it feel good on the neck? You can always keep the gaze towards the ground. Release the right hand to the mat. We'll pick that right heel up. twist towards the left. You can always spin it down as well. Go for the full twisted triangle. Releasing the left hand to the mat. Sweep your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Take a big breath in as you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, release. And as you exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, release. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, release for your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, slide your left foot forward. Spin the back foot down. We'll meet in a warrior one, arms towards the ceiling. Again, if you want to come for more of a high lunge, it's completely up to you. Interlace your fingers behind you. Maybe switch the grip. So take a big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll fold all the way down. Slowly release the hands to the mat. Again, take your time, we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Slowly lower the knees to the mat. Child's pose. Keep reaching the arms out in front of you. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath that left arm. Maybe turning the right cheek to the ground. If you want to add anything on here, you're more than welcome to, so you can always find a half bind. Maybe walk your left arm over towards the right. Or just hang here. Slowly lift all the way up, and then we'll take it to the other side. So threading your left arm under. Adding in whatever you need to. And then don't be afraid to just hang here if it feels good. Slowly lift all the way up. And again, we'll meet in now down facing dog. If you want to move through anything before you arrive here, up to you. Inhale, float your right leg up. And as you exhale, slide your right foot forward. Find your nice wide base, press down the feet big, and I'll lift you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, soften down. Two more like that. Big inhale, stretch high. And as you exhale, sink. One more time, big inhale, lift. Exhale down. Keep reaching forward, lean forward to take it up, warrior three. Back leg flip. Again, if you prefer, fingertips can find the ground. Soften into that front leg a little bit more. Press down that right foot, inhale, lift you all the way up, tuck your left knee in, and as you exhale, find your eagle pose. So left leg wraps around, single wrap, double wrap, or just tuck the toes. And you can always sink low. If you're up to it, you can always add in the arm, so we'll add in the right underneath. Take a big inhale, unwrap. And as you exhale, step your left foot back behind you, coming back for your high lunge. Take a big inhale, press it all the way up. And as you exhale, hands find the mat. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg up. And as you exhale, slide your left foot forward. Press down the feet big and pushes you all the way up for your high lunge. And as you exhale, sinking. Two more like that, big inhale, press high. And as you exhale, down. One more time, big inhale, press all the way up. And as you exhale, down. Reach forward, lean forward, and then we'll float it up, warrior three. Press down that left foot, inhale, lift you all the way up. And as you exhale, we'll eagle. Single wrap, double wrap, or tap the toes to the ground. You can always squat in as well. Maybe add in the arms if you're up for it. And just finding the breath, nice calm mind. So take a big inhale, unwrap. And as you exhale, step your right foot back behind you, slowly landing for that warrior, that high lunge rather. So take a big inhale, stretch all the way up. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. And then take your time, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 last time. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, side plank onto that right hand. If you want to add in a back bend here, you're more than welcome to. So left foot can go behind you. And it's completely up to you. So you lower the left hand to the mat, we'll roll to the other side. Again, maybe adding in that back bend. Don't feel like you have to. So you lower the hand to the mat, release the knees to the ground, child's pose. When you're ready to meet and back in your downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. And as you exhale, slide your right foot forward. Soften your left knee to the mat, extending into your front leg, half splits. Maybe keep a soft bend in your knee. You can always walk it around. If you like, you can always begin to scooch your back knee behind you a little bit more. Again, no pain. Maybe you can keep walking it, and then eventually you'll land. So again, don't feel like you have to be here. If it doesn't feel good, just stay in there for something. Rounding your right foot to the mat. We'll lift your hips up. Maybe drag it forwards a little bit more, and then fold it forward. Again, you've got that option of keeping your left heel up if you prefer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot 10 toes towards the left. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. So maybe staying here. You want to add anything on here. So maybe you want to interlace your fingers behind you. If you want to go upside down, maybe a crow, whatever you've got. You can always just simply hang here, wiggling side to side. Releasing the fingertips to the ground if they're not already. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot 10 toes back to the front of the mat. And then take your time, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg up. And as you exhale, slide your left foot forward. Soften the right knee to the mat. Half splits, front legs begins to straighten. So notice both sides super different. Exploring here. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you want to begin to walk that back knee a little bit more behind you. And you can gradually do that until eventually you land here. So if it doesn't feel good, just stay where you are. Starting to ground your front foot. We'll lift your hips up. Maybe drag that back foot in a little bit more. Keep a softness in that front leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot 10 toes to the long side of the mat. Going back to your wide leg forward fold. Second time round, if you want to take a different approach, more than welcome to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Pivot 10 toes towards the top of the mat. Take your time, downward facing dog. Release the knees to the mat. Sink the butt back, child's pose. And again, keep reaching the arms out in front of you, keep finding length. Take a big inhale, exhale, thread your left arm underneath that right armpit. Here again, so if you want to do anything different, more than welcome to. Slowly come to center, and then we'll take it to the other side. Nice and soft, nice. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. And as you exhale, thread your right leg underneath that left armpit. So you're on the outside of that right foot. Spin the back foot down. Left arm reaches up, forward triangle. So think about this being in a side plank fish. Release your left hand to the ground. Pigeon pose. Bringing the right shin forwards. Walking your left leg long behind you so you can stay here. If you want to fold down and you're ready to, you're welcome to do that. You can stay here as long as you need to. If you're ready, we'll lean towards that right hip and then swing that left leg forwards. So the right foot tucks to the inside of that left leg. You can stay here. If you like, you can always just gently walk towards that foot and then fold forward. Keeping a soft bend in that left leg. Releasing the right fingertips behind you, left hand on top of the right knee. Take a big inhale, find your left. Then as you exhale, gently twist. Lifting all the way up. Take your time. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Again, going through whatever movements before you arrive here, if that's what you need. Inhale, float your left leg up. And as you exhale, thread it underneath that right armpit. Spinning the back foot down towards the pinky side of that left foot, and then you can reach your right arm up. And then releasing the hand to the mat. Bring the left shin forward, pigeon pose. Take your time to allow the hips to settle in here. Staying high, if you like, you can always begin to fold forward. Tuning back into the body and into the mind. And if you're ready to move on, lean towards that left hip and then swing your right leg forwards. Tucking that left foot in. Again, you can always give a soft bend in that knee. You can stay tall if you like. You can always begin to go forwards. Maybe lift all the way up. Placing the left fingertips behind you, right hand on top of the left knee. Inhale, create your length, and as you exhale, gentle twist. And then come through center. We'll extend the other leg long in front of you. So you can stay here if you want to come more of the groin area. You can bring the soles of the feet together. It's completely up to you. So again, maybe you want to stay tall. If you like, you can always begin to fold forwards. So remember, wherever you are, there shouldn't be any pain. You should be able to just simply relax into it. Feeling nice and heavy, slowly lift all the way up. And then we'll cross your right foot over that left leg. So nice and tall as you place your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, float your left arm up. And as you exhale, hook. And then we'll take it to the other side. So crossing your left foot over. Inhale, float your right arm up. Exhale, hook and twist. And then coming back to the center, extending your left leg long. Take your time, we'll come to line our backs. Hooking the knees in, gently rock side to side. Releasing the feet to the ground, about hip width distance apart. Press down the feet, slowly lift the hips up, bridge pose. Maybe staying here. If you like, you can interlace your fingers underneath. And then ease your way back down. Just allow your lower back to settle here. Hugging the knees in, gently rock side to side. Feeling to extend your legs towards the ceiling. You can stay here. If you like, we'll lift the hips up. And you can come for your full shoulder stand. So don't feel like you have to be here. If you like, you can always take it into a plow. So feet behind you. If it still doesn't feel good, just stay with the legs reaching up towards the ceiling. Using your arms as your brakes. Slowly lower all the way down. Hug your knees in, gently rock side to side. Grounding through the lower back, squeezing the knees in towards the armpits. You can stay here if you like, grab on to anywhere you can along the legs, maybe the ankles, maybe the outside of the feet. Happy baby. Creating any movement if you like. And then releasing your right leg long, we'll gently guide your left knee over towards the right. And then maybe turning the head towards the left. If it feels even better, you can just allow the arms to fall nice and open. Roll it through center. And then we'll take it to the other side. So left leg long, guiding your right knee over towards the left. And then coming back through center, squeeze the knees in. Gently rock side to side. Whenever you're ready, release the legs out in front of you. Arms by your sides. Palm faces up. Eyes closed. Final pose. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then slowly take your time. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position, sitting really nice and tall. Bringing the hands together and bow the head forwards. Showing love and gratitude to yourself and to this practice. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you. Namaste. Thank you.